Needle.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We are already live, so I'm gonna have to put you in a breakout room, and then you can ask your question then, okay? All right.
Okay.
Does anybody know if I'm going to get a court reporter this morning? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Well, there you go. All right. I thought you were out today. All right.
No.
Okay, wonderful. Well, good morning. Glad you're here. Good morning. All right. Good morning in the courtroom. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Uh-oh, my thing just went blank. Are you all still able to see me?
Yes,
Judge. See you. Hear you.
Okay, I'm not sure why my screen just went blank. Give me 1 second. Definitely not sure what's going on. Okay, there it is. All right, very good. Good morning. This is 36th District Court, Specialty Court Docket. I'm Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I will be serving as your presiding judge on today. I'm glad to see each of you. Ms. Drew, good morning to you in the courtroom.
Good morning, Judge.
All right. And so do I have an officer in the courtroom as well?
No, ma'am.
Not this morning? All right. Thank you. All right. And so, Miss Drew, if you could send me the updated docket, that would be
Sure
great.
will. Okay.
Right. Wonderful. Please make sure this morning I saw someone calling their hair in the courtroom. We are in our virtual courtroom and it streams live on YouTube. Please make sure that you conduct yourself in a manner that you would conduct yourself as if you were in court. If you were physically in the court building, you wouldn't be able to comb your hair. You'd have to be dressed appropriate and all of those things. So please make sure you keep that in mind. If you choose not to be a part of the virtual courtroom, the court reporter will place the courtroom number in the chat. Please call that number so we can arrange for you to come in on tomorrow, down to physically come into 36th District Court to have your case heard. Otherwise, you can remain in the virtual courtroom and we'll proceed, understanding that your case is being aired live by way of Zoom, by way of YouTube, my apologies. And with that, I am ready to call the first case. Before I do that, let me have the attorneys place your appearance on the record, please.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, if I may, a continuing motion that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Reed. And your motion is granted.
And good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P31894, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. I too, Your Honor, would make a similar motion.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted as well. Let's have the case managers place your appearance on the record. Mr. Yancey, you're up first.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court, 36th District Court. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Griffin.
Good morning.
All right. I am ready. The first case that's up on this morning. It says,
Judge,
yes.
if I may, we have a new contract, Miss Macklin, and I would like an opportunity, if the court would allow me, to go into a breakout room with her to discuss the participation in drug treatment court and the court's orders, if I may.
Absolutely. And good morning to you, Ms. Macklin. I know you had a question earlier, and I was asking you to hold off on that question until I could get you into a breakout room because I had already started the live stream. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. I am sending both of you an invitation to breakout room number 1. So please accept that invitation. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Is Mr. Robinson on my docket for this morning? Or is Mr. Robinson in warrant status?
Your Honor, Mr. Robinson's on warrant status.
Oh, so Mr. Robinson.
Since April 19th.
Yeah, so he's going to have to physically come into the courthouse so we can understand why he's in warrant status and establish whether or not he's going to the Wayne County Jail. And so, Mr. Robinson, you don't get to do what you want to do in this program. You are ordered to appear. You must appear. So you are not scheduled on my docket this morning. Mr. Fikens, I don't believe Mr. Twitty has any issues. So if you'd like to go into a breakout room with Mr. Robinson to figure out what his issue is, but I'm going to put him on my docket for tomorrow, it looks like, and he'll stay in warrant status. But and then if he comes in on tomorrow, I'll lift the warrant and decide where we go from there. But you don't get to work this program the way you want to, young man. You must work it the way that the court orders it. And so I am sending Mr. Fikens, Attorney Fikens, and Mr. Robinson an invitation to breakout room number 2. Please
Sure.
accept that invitation. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Twitty, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Mr. Twitty said, well, I hope I'm not in trouble.
I'm like, oh,
You're not in trouble this morning, Mr. Twitty. Good morning. Look, you doing what you're supposed to do. Let me place your case number on the record. It's 20210000277. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Darren Twitty.
All right. How are you this morning, Mr. Twitty?
I'm doing fine in yourself.
I am doing very well, doing very well. All right. What's going on with you? I want some updates. What have you been up to?
You told me to go get it, and I know you're gonna ask me something that I learned from last time I seen you, and I learned to go get it because they accepted me in the program.
Oh, wonderful, with Mr. Jackson's program.
Yes.
Look at you, Mr. Twitty. Congratulations. Get up and go get it. Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. What kind of program are you going to do?
I'm gonna do the carpentry and the asbestos program.
Look at you.
He-
When do
he-
you start?
I'm waiting on Michigan Works. They got to do all the paperwork as far as the funding for the program.
Okay.
But other than that, everything is a go. He told me I got to cut my beard though, because the mask not gonna fit properly on my face with my beard. So I mean, it's just the beard that'll go back. So
It's a minor adjustment for a great gain, right?
yes,
Absolutely. So no problems. You're gonna cut that beard, right?
yes.
What do you say? What do you say you have to do with your hair? Anything?
He told me I could just tie it up, put it into a ponytail. So I'm like, oh, that was.
You gonna put it in a bun, Mr. Twitty?
Yeah, that was a breather.
That was a breather. All right. Well, look, that's a minor adjustment to cut your beard so that the mask can fit appropriately, especially if you're going to be doing an asbestos program, right? We want to keep you safe so you can be healthy, right?
Yes, right.
Wonderful. How do you feel about getting into that program?
I actually feel good. It's the start of a new beginning. Something that I've learned it throughout family, having family that does carpentry and stuff, but I've never been certified or had a certificate or something like that for it. So that's gonna be good.
You have that opportunity. Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's wonderful. What else have you accomplished since the last time I've seen you? That's a huge accomplishment. And I am so proud of you, Mr. Twitty. Go and do it the right way. That way, whatever you earn, it's yours, right?
You're right.
And you have a minor child that's looking up to you, right?
Exactly.
And they learn from us how to get up and go get it, right?
Right.
There you go. Set that example. I'm so proud of you. What else has been going on?
I've been on a job hunt. I got a few interviews with a couple of jobs, one at staff line, 2, they both high-low jobs. I got high-low experience, so they both high-low jobs. One, I want to say one is just maybe 15 cents more, but the one that's 15 cents more is maybe a further commute, but I'm going to figure it out.
Okay. All right. Very good. It's good to be able to have some options, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. What are you doing to work the program, to work on yourself?
Basically, I've just been taking it day by day, just trying to keep focused, stay away from all the negativity, people that's, not trying to be as positive or not trying to keep me on a positive track. Other than that, I just been chilling with my kids and waiting on this Michigan Works. I was going to call the place back today to see if I could contact, like, because there's so many Michigan Works, you know, I didn't know which one. Like, I'm like, maybe I should call them and try to, you know, follow up with them. So I'm going to call them today and see.
Did you see me lean in, Mr. Twitty?
Yeah, I'm going to call them today.
That word wait, I'm waiting on someone. No, go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it. It applies to every aspect of your life. Go get it. Don't wait on them to call you.
Yeah, I'm going to call them today and see which Michigan Works I should call as far as, you know, getting everything started with the funding and whatnot.
All right, wonderful. How do you feel about the program so far?
I mean, it's nice. It helps me, you know, it helps having somebody to talk to, you know, people that's understanding about the situation. So it's been nice.
All right, very good. Are you having any issues with respect to working the program?
No, ma'am.
No issues? All right, nothing you need us to help you with?
No, I talked to Mr. Yancey, I want to say the other day, a few days ago, and he lets me know if I need anything to call him. So he's been a big help as well.
Wonderful. How are they treating you at NCADD?
Okay, I can't complain. It's just, I mean, she don't really, you know, she just asks me, are you thinking about using, have you? And it's the same with me. I tell her that no, you know, I got a strong mind. So as long as I put my mind to it, you know, I can do it.
Okay, are you having one-on-ones where you have the opportunity to explore some things that may have led to your decision to use?
Yes, we have one-on-ones on Zoom.
Okay. How effective do you think those one-on-ones are by way of Zoom?
I mean, they're effective. I don't like talking too much. So, you know, I mean, I know what led me to do what I did, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I talk or I answer the questions that she asks me, and I leave it at that.
Okay, all right. All right, keep an open mind, keep an open mind. That's what I will say. That's what I'll say. Keep an open mind.
Just like the meetings. And I mean, I still haven't really found them. All the meetings are basically the same. I mean, the last meeting I went to, I think one of my mother friends referred me to it. It was a pretty straightforward meeting. They was telling me, like, you know, everybody doesn't want to accept the fact that they have a problem. Some people don't think they have a problem, you know, and it's like until you can transition yourself, you know, to have that mindset or to take accountability for your actions or whatever. And I'm just like, I most definitely took accountability for my actions, you know, versus me just saying, oh, well, forget it. Give me the time and I'm going to deal with it like that. I sat back and was like, no, you know, I'll do the programs. I'll go to AA, I'll do the outpatient, you know, versus saying, well, lock me up because I don't want to deal with it. So, you know, I most definitely took accountability for my actions, you know, and I most definitely didn't mind the help as well, which is why I chose to do these programs.
Yes. Look, and Mr. Twitty, I appreciate your honesty, and that's always going to go far with me. What I will encourage you to do is keep an open mind because you just may fool around and learn something that you didn't know.
All right.
So keep an open mind. That's what I'm asking you to do, okay?
Okay.
All right. You have any questions for the team this morning?
No, probably a few months down the line.
A few months. Jeez, Mr. Twitty.
No, I basically just need my license. That's all. And I know I'm gonna have to, you know, wait for that. So.
And you're gonna have to work at it. Mr. Yancey, I don't know if the last time when we were together, I indicated that we needed to get an SOS to the attorneys. Did that happen?
I'm not sure if it didn't, we'll make that happen today.
Okay. All right, because I'm just curious to know what's the holdup. Because as you know, Mr. Twitty, you can't drive until you have a valid driver's license, right?
Exactly.
All right, can't be in problem solving court while we're working on fixing problems and you out there creating problems. That's not how well, okay?
No.
All right, very good. So it's true, if that has not already happened, if we could get his SOS to the attorneys so that they are able to tell him what he needs to do in order to get his license. Okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Yancey, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Twitty? I know we staffed his case. He reported that he's doing very well and he's in compliance with everything.
Your Honor, he is in compliance. I did check screenings and everything. He's really doing well with that, not missing any. Talked to his therapist. So he's doing pretty well. Real excited that he's gonna have some training also. So he's doing well. I do talk to him a lot, but Mr. Twitty, while I have you on, when you get that training schedule, sometimes it helps to get something on paper and figure out ahead of time, and you can call me and I can help you with this, how I can go to my employment, still make my outpatient, still make my meetings, and still make my screenings. And sometimes if you put it on paper, then you can envision it better as opposed to you're controlling it as opposed to that stress controlling you. So if you put it on paper and you have it mapped out, then you can do everything. So when you get that schedule, let me know. If you need some assistance with that, I'll help you with that. But otherwise, you know, we're proud of where you are right now. Continue what you're doing. And when you hit the middle of this program, you'll be amazed and you'll be really glad that you're in it.
Absolutely. All right, Mr. Fikens, anything from Mr. Twitty?
Well, I
Oh,
just
I'm
want
sorry, Mr. Fikens, before you answer, I'm sorry, Mr. Yancey, did you get an assessment, the assessment for Mr. Twitty?
I'm still waiting for the assessment. I did ask her again about that. She said she was going to get it to me, but she tried to tell me over the phone what the assessment said. So I wasn't going to say no. So I just wrote down everything she told me, and I'm still waiting for it.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Twitty, it sounds like a good report. I wasn't here for all of it. At least people are here wanting to support you, like Mr. Yancey, the court, and the attorneys, and we're gonna be right behind you all the way. So keep up the good work, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, when do you have Mr. Twitty coming back? Is Mr. Twitty, since I don't have his clinical assessment, when do you have him coming back? But he's doing well.
He's doing well.
Do you want to do 2 weeks?
I do want to do 2 weeks.
Okay.
That'll give me more time to actually get it physically in my hand.
Okay, wonderful. So what would be Mr. Twitty's return to court date?
Yeah, that would be May 27th at 8:30.
Is that a Thursday?
I believe so.
We need to adjust for that day, the 27th.
Oh, okay.
Let me make sure before I say that, Mr. Yancey.
Okay.
1 second. Let me just make sure I have that right. Yes, the 27th and the 28th are should be blocked for me, Ms. Drew. Ms. Drew?
Okay.
Okay, yep. All right, wonderful. Got it. So can we do? Mr. Yancey, since he's doing well, let's put him on the 27th. You can do a face-to-face.
Okay.
And then let's schedule him. If there are issues, then we'll make an adjustment, okay?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Okay, and we'll put it on the docket for 9:30, and it'll be a face-to-face. And if there are issues, we'll make an adjustment. I don't think there'll be any issues. Mr. Twitty is doing it. He's taking care of business. All right, Mr. Twitty, I want you to have a great day. Do well, get up and go get it. And that applies to every aspect of your life. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care.
You too.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Morgan. How are you? What's Mr. Morgan doing? You're muted, Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan, you're muted.
Sorry, I'm just talking. So when Mr. Tweedy exits the courtroom, we have an emergency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We kicking you out, Mr. Tweedy. Goodbye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, all right.
Take care, sir.
Bye. All right, what's going on, Mr. Morgan? We are airing live. Do you need to call me on the phone?
Yeah, let me call you right quick, Judge.
All right, very good.
Mr. Fikens.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, not to divulge too much, but we're gonna probably be looking at, can I call you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll call you right quick. Oh, shoot.
All right. And so, Mr. Fikens, what
Yes, sir.
happened with your client?
I don't know. He was fine with me, and he was apologetic. He said he's having some Wi-Fi difficulties, which kept him not in court the last time. I don't know what happened to him.
It kept him from not being in touch with his case manager? No, sir.
That's what we wanted to apologize about, Judge. That's why we talked about that. We talked about that for a while, that he needs to know some responsibility. I blame it on you, Your Honor, but I still don't know how to account for his absence right now.
Mr. Yancey, did you have Mr. Robinson's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was Mr. Robinson still testing even though he was not in contact with you and not coming to court?
You know, he was, Your Honor. I checked that yesterday.
And were his results good?
And fortunately they were. He was testing at Jams and also testing at Rainbow Center.
He was, Your Honor, if I might, what he told me is he was testing every time when he'd go for counseling. He told me he didn't miss any counseling and didn't miss any jams. And he reported to me that they were all negative.
All right.
So
where is he?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he didn't give me any indication like he was upset or anything like that. So I don't know if he truly is having some trouble or if we can reach out to him. I'm not sure.
Mr. Yancey can try to reach out.
I'll try to call him. Hopefully he's not on his way down here right now.
No, I told him it would be tomorrow.
Okay.
And I affirm that as well. But he had to come in tomorrow.
All right. Very good. Let's go. I see that Ms. Macklin has joined us. Mr. Reed, are you ready?
Yes, Judge, I am. Thank you. I am. Thank you.
Wonderful. I'm calling case number 2100084. Ma'am, please state your name. You're muted.
Sorry. Malaysia Macklin.
Good morning, Ms. Macklin. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing fine.
All right. Did you get your question answered?
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. Okay. Who's presenting, Ms. Macklin?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Griffin, let's do it.
Okay, Your Honor, this is Malaysia Macklin. Ms. Macklin was a transfer case from Troy 52-4, Judge McGinnis. She was sentenced on April the 22nd. Ms. Macklin is 25 years old. She's the mother of two children, a 4-year-old and an 11-month-old. She resides in Detroit. She's been residing in Detroit for the past 5 years with her two kids. She is employed, self-employed as a beautician, Your Honor. This is her second alcohol-related offense. She is currently on a 1-year non-reporting probation in Ohio. Her driver's license is currently not valid at this time, Your Honor. She does report that her mental and physical health is good. She's currently not taking any medications. I did discuss with the attorney. She does have 2 pending tickets here at 36th District Court. I did send the ROAs to the attorneys. They do already have future court dates, so they're not in warrant status or anything like that. She reported first using alcohol at the age of 19, Your Honor. She has been drug testing. Drug tests have been negative. She's currently in counseling at Meridian Health in Redford. While she was in Troy, she did do the needs assessment, and it rated her as a moderate, medium to moderate risk factor. She did graduate high school, Your Honor, and some college. And I did discuss with her the conditions of drug treatment court. She says she does want to do the program, and she thinks she's capable of it, Your Honor. And she's also currently on the alcohol tether with Troy that they put her on, Your Honor. So I have to check. I think they had ordered it for 60 days, so I have to check on that, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna turn your video off before you irritate everything in me. All right, thank you, Mr. Griffin. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, and so Ms. Macklin, you spoke with Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed, what's your recommendation, or what would you like me to know about your client? I'm gonna turn the
Thank you,
chat
Judge.
off. I'm sorry, let me turn the chat off. That's distracting me this morning. All right, very good. Ms.
Yes.
Coleman, you need to work on your audio. We won't be able to hear you when it's time for your case to be called. All right, go ahead, Mr. Reed.
Yes, Judge. First of all, thank you for allowing me to go into the chat room with my client. Ms. Macklin was polite, courteous, very respectful. That goes a long way with me. Very nice young lady, as indicated, 25 years of age, 2 minor children, a 5-year-old boy and a 1-year-old girl. She has completed high school and some college. Judge, we did talk about drug treatment court, goals and purposes and conditions. She is willing to participate. She wants to participate, and she has a real good attitude. We talked about many of the conditions. We talked about the fact that the court has the power, the ability to amend the contract, to delete the contract, things from, and I say contract, it's not a contract, the order, the court's order. And she understands that, Judge, and she agrees and accepts all of that. We talked about the benefits. It's not a dismissible case, but it can be closed with improvement. Judge, she had 2 questions. One was regarding the tether. I answered that question to the best of my ability. The other question was regarding her driver's license. And I'm going to ask Miss Drew to send me an SOS because it's a tricky situation. She had a valid driver's license prior to this incident. And I believe she pled guilty to a high BAC. And with a high BAC, the Secretary of State normally will suspend your license. And I believe it's for either 6 months or a year, but they will allow you on your own to get a interlock device, and you can drive with that interlock device with your license on high BAC. I believe we had a client do that once before, a young lady who was participating in the program. The tricky part is that she has as Mr. Griffin indicated, a drinking and driving case in Ohio. And if that drinking and driving case is acknowledged by the Secretary of State, that would give her 2 drinking and driving cases. And it might mean that she would have to go through drug treatment court to get a recommendation for a restricted license. So I need to see her SOS to see whether or not the Ohio case is being acknowledged on her Michigan driver's license. Otherwise, Judge, that was the question with the driver's license. She also asked about the tether. She is eligible to participate under Michigan law. I think I've covered everything. I've talked an awful lot. It seems like I've talked an awful lot. Anyway, just I'm recommending Ms. Macklin for participation in drug treatment court. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Reed, with respect to her driving record, we'll have Ms. Drew send you the SOS. Secondly, you talked about that tether. What's going on with the tether? Was that placed on her by Troy, the court in Troy?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
It was part of their, when she was sentenced, it was part of their sentencing or whatever. The case is now under your jurisdiction through scale and everything, but
Yes.
that was their recommendation. So she's been on the alcohol tether, Your Honor, since April the 22nd.
And it's okay. Yeah, she's got to do a little time on that alcohol tether. Definitely. All right. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And Mr. Reed, I'm certain that's what you told her. She'll have to be on it for a little while.
Yes, Judge. I did indicate to her that I would put it on the record. However, it's only been on approximately 2 weeks, so it would be court's decision. Thank you, Judge. I know I talked an awful lot. Apologize.
All right, Mr. Reed. All right, Ms. Macklin. You've heard what Mr. Griffin has indicated or stated about you. Mr. Reed, the attorney, has had an opportunity to talk to you. What do you want me to know about you?
Well, they pretty much said everything. I am a sweet person. I know I've made some mistakes and I'm trying to right them because I have 2 kids and they, I have to be here to take care of them. I can't afford to keep messing up or doing anything wrong. But I am young and I am learning as I go, and I accept full responsibility for the things I have done. I just purchased a home for me and my kids, also the side lots. Because I'm young, but I have like an old soul. So I don't really want to hang out, do anything. I want to be at home with me and my kids like every day. I don't even like being away from them or anything. So I purchased the side lot next door to me, and I just purchased a big trampoline, a pool and stuff so I can make at home comfortable for us. I'm a good individual. I don't want to do any wrong or, I'm trying to right my wrongs from the things I did. And I wake up every day in regret. It's going to make me cry. But I know that I have to, deal with everything that I have done. And I just got to take it a step at a time. But I know I will get through it.
And you certainly will, Miss Macklin. You certainly will. You said some really incredible things about yourself. You're a sweet person. So it's important for you to know that you are not, whatever mistake you've made, whatever brought you here before me, that does not define who you are. It only defines what you did. The fact that you have accepted responsibility, you realize that it's an issue, and you want to do whatever it takes to get the help you obviously need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I took the initiative to enroll myself in testing before I got sentenced with Troy. I enrolled myself in testing to prove to you guys that I have this, and also in treatment. So I do treatment as well. Yeah.
So
I mean no
very
harm
good,
to anyone.
And I appreciate that. And the reality is that everybody who drinks and get behind the wheel of a car, I don't know of one person who says, I'm going to drink, get behind the wheel of a car, and end up harming myself, harming somebody else, harming my kids, going to jail, going to the morgue. Nobody says that. But it's the reality of what can happen when you make a choice to drink and then you make a choice to get behind the wheel of a car. So I'm glad that you're here and that you've accepted responsibility. You're willing to work at it. This program is not easy by any means, but it can be done. And if you do it and you work hard, you are going to reap personal benefits from having been in this program. It's not just about finishing probation and getting a driver's license. It's about taking advantage of the educational opportunities that we're going to make available to you. Also taking advantage of the therapy sessions that you are going to be required to attend, taking advantage of making sure that you look deep within yourself to see maybe are there some issues that I need to address that could have resulted in my ending up in court. And so I'm hoping that you'll take the time while you're with us, that you'll take the time to do all of those things so that when you leave us, you can go through life making some great decisions. Does that mean you're never going to make a mistake again? You're never going to mess up again in life? Absolutely not. It's a part of our growth process. But at least with respect to drinking and driving, you will be able to make some better decisions, because when you drink and you drive, it could cost you everything.
Yes.
Literally everything. It can cost you. You said you want to be home with your babies. Drinking and driving can cause you to be away from your kids for years. Drinking and driving can cause you to be away from your kids forever. And so I'm glad you're here and that you're willing to work on it. So we are certainly willing to work with you. You had the opportunity to speak with Attorney Reed. Are you satisfied he went through everything with you of what the expectations will be in this program?
Yes.
All right, very good. You have any questions about the information that Mr. Reed shared with you, Attorney Reed shared with you?
No.
No questions? All right, very good. Well, if you're willing to do the work, I'm willing to accept you into the program. Mr. Reed, you did indicate that she qualified for participation in our specialty court. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Yes, Judge.
All right, very good. And Mr. Griffin, did you take the time to determine whether she is, or if she's ever been a violent offender, or if she's a threat to the public at large?
Yes, Your Honor, I did, and she's not a threat to the public, Your Honor.
Okay, and she's never been a violent offender?
I've never been a violent offender, no, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Then with that, I am accepting you into the program. I look forward to working with you. You'll have a great team of people who will be here to help you to make sure you stay on track so that you can be successful, not just with respect to the program, but successful in life. It's because you're going to learn some skills, some things. You're going to be exposed to some tools that will help you with life in general. Understand that when you are having difficulties, Mr. Griffin, will you be the case manager?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have a great case manager. You want to reach out. You don't have to try to figure it out. Mr. Griffin will be there to give you instruction, but you've got to let him know what's going on. Let him know before the bottom falls out, because there are some things that you must do while you're with us, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. You have any questions, Ms. Macklin?
No.
No questions? All right, well, I'm glad to have you. Mr. Griffin, what assessments, if any, has Ms. Macklin undergone?
Just the needs plus, Your Honor.
She did do the needs plus. All right, very good. And so we need that clinical assessment, and we need it within 30 days so that we can make sure that we're putting Ms. Macklin in the appropriate programming as recommended by the professionals in that area. And so until we get that needs the clinical assessment, I'm going to see Ms. Macklin weekly. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna reach out to her because she's already been in treatment, so I'm gonna reach out to them. So they probably already did an assessment. So I'm gonna reach out to them today. I was just waiting for her to be accepted into the program. So I will reach out to them and request the information to make sure they have all my information.
All right, very good. And I did write down that the assessment, at least from the Troy courts, was mediate to moderate.
Yes, Your Honor.
Assessment, is that correct?
Yes,
all right. And was that criminogenic or with respect to
criminogenic was low, but to use.
Okay. That was low. All right, very good, wonderful. All right, then I'll still, you know what? And since she's assessed so far, I'm going to put her out for 2 weeks, Mr. Griffin. Okay. Let's see if you can get, because she's already enrolled in treatment, let's see if you can get that clinical assessment. Hopefully they've done one so that it can be incorporated into my order as to Ms. Macklin. So I'll put her out for 2 weeks. I know that I think 2 weeks is going to bring her back. Is that the 27th?
I'm going to do the 25th, Your Honor. We'll do that Tuesday.
All right, wonderful. So we'll do May 25th, 2021. At 8:30 a.m. Okay, Ms. Macklin?
Okay.
All right, wonderful. If no questions, welcome to our specialty court. We look forward to working with you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, take care.
And I'll talk to you later today. I'll talk to you later. I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Ms. Coleman, good morning to you. I don't think Ms. Coleman's audio is on, Mr. Yancey. You'll have to
Yeah,
reach out.
I did call Connor Creek and they're having some audio issues this morning.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, at least I get to see Ms. Coleman. I've been asked, I don't know if she can hear me. Can you hear me, Ms. Coleman? I don't know if she can hear me.
Yeah,
Ms.
because I did tell them, I said, even if you're having technical problems, the judge wanted to at least lay eyes on Ms. Coleman. So,
Mr.
but
Yancey said the judge been worrying me about Ms. Coleman. I need her to see that Ms. Coleman is alive, well, and in proper placement.
but I did talk to and excuse me for saying that, I did talk to the social worker the last 2 days and yesterday. She's doing well in the program. She's doing everything that they asked of her. So she's progressing well in the program. They said they would have hopefully the audio problems taken care of within a week. And then Ms. Coleman's phone is down. Otherwise, I would have had her get on her phone.
All right. Thank you. And Mr. Yancey, we did staff Ms. Coleman's case. So what I'd like to do is, can I bring her back next week? Since now that I've gotten a chance to see her, I don't have to send you those random texts like, where's Ms. Coleman? Right.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Let's bring her back next week. Does Thursday of next week work for you?
That sounds good, Your Honor.
Okay, and what would that date?
I believe that's the 20th, I believe.
Yes, May 20th. And I think we have Ms. Coleman for 9 o'clock a.m. So I'll
Yes.
keep her at 9 o'clock. You can give them a call, let them know that she's gonna come back next week at 9 o'clock, Thursday, May 20th at 9 o'clock a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good to see Ms. Coleman. She looks good, Mr. Yancey.
Yeah, she's done pretty good.
Yeah. All right, very good. I'm gonna remove her and then you can call her and let her know.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I don't know if she can see me. Ms. Coleman. She can't even see me. All right. Okay, very good. Mr. Fikens, I think your client is still on. He was
Yes.
flashing to a bed, somebody in a bed. We're in court and it's being aired live on YouTube. I don't want to see people in the bed. I just,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson, too old for that. And so I need just 1 second, just one, and then I'll come back and do Mr. Robinson. Mr. Yancey, reach out to Ms. Coleman, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Made a mistake and touched the button. One.
Ms. Coleman, if you can hear me, I'm gonna give you a call. We adjourn your case till next Thursday at 9 o'clock. So if you can't, I can't hear you, but if you can hear me, we're gonna have you come back.
Okay, I hear you. I can hear you now.
Oh, now I can hear you now.
Okay. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, they just removed me from the
Okay, if you can, okay, then if your audio works, then the judge will probably hear your case in a minute, because we couldn't hear you.
Oh, that was y'all was talking to me. I'm still here like, what's going on? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down here now.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like, well, I ain't never.
I'm ready to say, did you turn the mic off?
I ain't turning it on.
You didn't turn it on?
No, I don't know how to work your phone.
Ms. Coleman, we are live, Ms. Coleman, so
Just mute for a minute and then we're gonna come to you. But you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, just mute for a minute, then we're gonna ask you to come back on.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Did I hear Miss Coleman's voice?
Yeah, and I think they got the audio together.
All right, come on, Miss Coleman, unmute for me.
Hi,
Good
Judge
morning.
Holmes.
Hello, Miss Coleman. Oh, I've been worried about you. Did Mr. Yancey tell you I've been asking about you?
Yes, he told me.
Yes, just random. Where is Miss Coleman, Mr. Yancey? Miss Coleman, I'm so glad to see you. I'm gonna place your case number on the record. Let me do it. It is case number Z8058541. State your name for the record.
Tiffany Coleman.
All right, look at you. You look good, Miss Coleman. What have you been doing?
Trying to work this thing out. That's all. I'm really looking for housing. That's my big major problem right now. Housing right now. So
Because
I
you're
can't.
doing everything you're supposed to do, right?
Yes, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. But see, when I went filed for this low income housing, they had brought up something and I stayed in the Martin Luther King homes. So the lady said she's working on that now. So I don't know. I don't know because they going. So I came here so they can help me with housing and work on continue to work on my sorority.
Yes, ma'am. And you're doing it, Miss Coleman. You are. Mr. Yancey told me you're at Corner Creek and that it's going well. Look, I am so proud of you that you agreed to work the program so that you can get the outcomes that you want. Sometimes we have to be a little uncomfortable in life to get the things that we really want, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We do. And so, but they're going to help you with permanent housing.
Yes, that's what she told me because their program goes to 90 days, so I just request to stay here the whole 90.
Look at you, Miss Coleman, doing what it takes to get on your feet, right?
Yes.
Because I want you in permanent, stable housing. I
Me
don't want
too.
to see you bounce everywhere.
Me too. That's
Yeah,
all I'm asking for.
yeah, you're such a good person. You deserve that. You
Yes.
really do. All right. How's your family?
They okay, I guess. I've been like not communicating, trying to focus on me this time.
Okay. Very good. And you have to do whatever it takes. You know, we give people permission in specialty court to be selfish. You have to be your number one priority and you have to take good care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, all of those things. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Have you been in contact with your kids at all?
I talked to them on Mother's Day.
Okay. Good. Good. Did you have a good Mother's Day?
Yes, I did. They bought me something. They brought it up here for me.
Oh, that was nice of them. Wonderful. All right. It's so good to see you and you're smiling and all of that good stuff. So good to see you. Are they treating you well at Connor Creek?
Yes, they are.
All right. No issues?
No issues at all.
All right. And you still know how to stay connected to us. Well, I know Mr. Yancey stays connected to you, but if there are any issues, you know that you can come into this courtroom at any time, right?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Very good. You have any questions for us this morning, Ms.
No,
Coleman?
not really. No.
No? It seems like I haven't seen you in forever.
I'm trying to get out of there. That's why I said I gotta get up off this. Dude, I just gotta get up off this stuff.
But you're gonna get there. You are. Just keep doing what you're doing. Right?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Mr. Yancey, you know I'm happy now. Which one tell me about Miss Cole?
Yeah, I'm really happy she agreed to work this program. It's just putting the finishing touches on her sobriety, as well as helping her get some permanent housing. So I just want to encourage her to really hang in there this time, and this is going to work out. Other than that, she's doing well. I'm keeping up with her, so everything is good right now.
All right. Very good. Very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, anything for Miss Coleman?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Ms. Coleman, good report. You look good, you sound good, and I know you're in a good place. Keep up the work. We're proud of what you're doing. We know it's not easy, but you're working the program. Stay safe, Ms. Coleman. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Coleman.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Ms. Coleman, you're such a good person. You're working the program. You have great goals. You have a good plan. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Ms. Coleman, if you don't have any questions, we're gonna do your return date with Mr. Yancey. It'll be a face-to-face, right, Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe that'll be on June 3rd, Your Honor.
All right, did you get that, Ms. Coleman? June 3rd.
Yes, at what time?
Can you do 9 o'clock? Is that the time that still works for her, Mr. Yancey?
9 o'clock, if you want it to be a face-to-face, I can just call her.
Oh, 9:30, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'll put it
at
on my
9:30.
docket for 9:30. I'm
So-
sorry, thanks.
So I'll call you on that day or the day before.
Okay, Mr. Yancey, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, Ms. Coleman, good to see you. Continue to do well.
Okay, thank you,
All
Judge.
right, all right, take care.
Okay.
All right, I think I have the Wayne County Jail on. And I believe that's for Mr. Cicero.
Yes, Judge. I think so.
Okay, as soon as he joins us, I'll be ready. Good morning, Ms. Rob.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. Are we ready to do Mr. Robinson?
Yes,
Okay. I'm gonna ask you to start your video, Mr. Robinson, and unmute and make sure that you are dressed appropriately for court. All right, very good. And so state your name for the record, Mr. Robinson.
Terrell Robinson.
All right, good morning to you again.
Good morning.
All right, Miss Drew, can you read a case number for Mr. Robinson because he's not on my docket today? It's Terrell Robinson.
I believe I have it, Your Honor.
You have it? Okay, Mr. Yancey, I think the courtroom is muted. My apologies, Miss Drew. All right, go ahead, Mr. Yancey.
Your Honor, it's 200-617-5701.
All right, and what's the charge? Do you have that? If not, it's okay.
I don't.
All right, that's okay. All right. Mr. Fikens, what do you, I know that you shared some information, but for the record, what's going on with your client? Because he's in warrant status and he has some real issues with this court.
We understand, Judge, and what we talked about mostly was personal responsibility. We talked about the need to communicate with people and not wait for people to communicate with him. We talked about that's part of the responsibilities of being an adult, and you know, we have no. I can believe that he had phone trouble or Wi-Fi trouble, whatever that is, on one day, but it didn't prevent him from contacting the court and any other day. And we understand that, Judge. But what we do want to point out, he did go to counseling. He was testing there. He didn't miss any tests. He didn't miss any counseling. He also was testing at jams, and he didn't miss any tests. And what I hear and what he tells me, and what Mr. Yancey has confirmed, is that the tests that he has are negative. So there's some responsibility. He didn't give up on us. He didn't give up on himself, but he didn't do this the right way, Judge. And we just, you know, I attribute it to youth waiting for someone to contact you, or, you know, not solving out the problems. We talked about if this happens again, you call somebody up, you call up your case manager. You can always come downtown. You can call up the court. You can call up somebody to let us know that you're doing good and that you're doing okay and that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because things like this, Mr. Robinson, will happen at the worst possible time. That's called life. And that is what it is about. And so you got to have a backup plan. You got to have a contingency plan. You got to do something other than just say, well, Wi-Fi is not working. I understand that, and I believe you. I do. But Judge, you know, I'm glad that he was testing. I'm glad he was going to counseling. And like Mr. Reed says, I think I've talked enough.
Okay. Mr. Yancey, when is the last time Mr. Robinson was in court?
Your Honor, he was in court April 6th, and then he was due back April 19th. I believe he contacted me on later that week. He did say that he had been working a lot and he overslept. So I tried to have more contact with him and his therapist, and then I told him that he needed to, and I apologize if I shouldn't. I told him he needed to show up so at least you could see him. And then if we needed him to physically come in, that we were going to do that. So I did check everything that he was doing, and I did try to verify all that. So he was last here on April 6th, and then he missed the April 19th court date.
And Mr. Yancey, during that time, he has in fact been testing a minimum of how many times per week?
He's been testing. I had seen two screenings a week at Jams, and I called Rainbow, and I believe he had tested at least once a week at his outpatient treatment facility. They told me those tests have been negative.
Okay, and we know what they're testing for?
I know they do an ETG and some drug testing also. They definitely do drug testing, so I believe it's similar to ATS screenings.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Thank you. Mr. Yancey, what is your recommendation as to Mr. Robinson? Because this is well, let me hear from Mr. Robinson first. Mr. Robinson, what made you think that you could just take a whole month off from court?
Judge Holmes, my Wi-Fi was doing really bad. My bill wasn't paid, and work had been kicking me. So I changed my schedule to 10 to 6, 10 at night to 6 in the morning, so I won't miss no more nothing. Because I have 7 kids I got to take care of, and I can't do no jail time. So
you may not want to do jail time, but you can do jail. You have the ability to do jail time. When you're not complying with the court's orders, you have the ability to do jail time. You may not want to. And so look, Mr. Robinson, how old are you?
I'm 30, ma'am.
You're 30 years old. You are the father of 7 children. When your Wi-Fi goes out, you find a way to make it happen. You go and stand in the parking lot of the Tim Hortons or the Starbucks. You go to wherever there is free Wi-Fi and you make it happen, sir. You don't get to take the liberty of saying, I'm just not going to come to court. Because while you say you can't go to jail, when you make those kind of decisions, you are making yourself available to go to jail. And you're not going to do this program the way you want to. You're not going to show up when you get ready. You're not going to not show up. And I know I'm using 2 negatives in a sentence, but you can't just decide I'm not going to show up because I don't have Wi-Fi. You're 30 years old. Figure it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Figure it out. That's what grown people do. We figure it out. You don't opt out. You figure it out. That's what you do in life, sir. Now, the only reason I'm not bringing you in tomorrow to go down to the Wayne County Jail is because you did continue to test. You did continue to go to your therapy. And Mr. Fikens, I'm taking into consideration his youthfulness.
Yes,
even though he's old enough to know better. And
Yes,
I'm not going to tell you the years I subtract, depending on gender, to determine your age. So I'm gonna give you youthfulness today. But I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Robinson, next time you don't appear in court, I don't care if you're testing every day. I don't care if you're seeing your therapist every day. You going to the Wayne County Jail.
Oh, man.
That's where you're going.
I won't miss no more. I promise. I promise.
Look, you are here because you need our help. Yes. We are here because we want to help you. But we can't help you if you are not going to follow the court's orders. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so, look, I'm not going to ask you or order you to do anything that's not going to benefit you. That's the bottom line. Everything that's in the court order benefits you. And so I need you to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
I have your commitment to do that, Mr. Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Yancey, he's gonna do some community service for me before I see him again. He's got to do some community. Who you talking to, Mr. Robinson?
No, I'm just in the air like, no more work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're gonna do some community service. I'm inclined to give you 5 hours of community service. Mr. Fikens, Mr. Yancey, any of the team members, any objection to that?
No, Judge.
Okay.
No, Your Honor.
And he's got to have the 5 hours of community service done within 30 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Robinson, you don't get my 5 hours of community service done within 30 days from today's date, you are going to have a problem, okay?
Yes, ma'am. It's gonna be
That's
done.
your sanction.
Ma'am,
Now that I've finished fussing, how have you been?
I've been fine.
What does that mean? You've been fine.
Working a lot, tired. I've been making money for my kids, so that's why fine and tired meet together. So
Okay. Well, I applaud you for making money for your kids, but you owe them that because they didn't ask to come here.
right.
Sir. So if anybody should be tired, out of all of the 8 of you, my vote is for you. Mr. Robinson should be the one that's tired.
Yes,
Look,
ma'am.
I'm glad to hear you working, doing what you're supposed to do to take care of your kids, because that's what a man does. And that's very important that your kids know that you support them, not just financially, but in every aspect. The only way you can support them in a good way is to take care of you. Do the things you need to do to work on you, because that's a part of supporting your kids. You understand that, Mr. Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Tell me what you've learned since the last time I've seen you, since I haven't seen you in a whole month. What have you learned, if anything?
I learned that staying true to yourself it'll make you forget all the bad things that you normally used to do, and just staying out the way of bad things. You know.
And
I
how do
gotta-
you do that?
I just stay at home with my kids, work or home, or to the store to buy some snacks. Just really watch TV. I'm just staying out the way, or I'm at work.
And so you've changed your circle of friends or the people that you were used to keeping company with?
Yes, I don't have no friends actually. I mean, my kids go to the park with our Lysol and hand sanitizer and have a good time.
Okay, very good, very good. How old are your babies, Mr. Robinson? It's been so long, I forgot. How old are your babies?
I got a 9-year-old girl, I got an 8-year-old boy, and I got a 6-year-old boy, a 5-year-old boy, and I got 3 boys and 4 girls basically. The oldest 9, the youngest is 2.
Wait a minute, I only have a 9, a 8, 6, 5. Who else?
3, which is Rima, and I have a 2-year-old, and my baby mama pregnant right now in the
Oh,
womb.
Jesus, don't call her that. Don't call her that. That's not what we're gonna call her. And you have one on the way?
Yes, ma'am. He is everywhere. I can call him on the camera if you want, Mr. Hunt, Mrs. Holmes.
No. I mean, every year, 9, 8, we missed 7, thank you. 6, 5, we missed 4, thank you. 3, 2, and 1 on the way.
Mr. Robinson, you won't give other people a chance to have any children if you. But
my family, I'm trying to keep my family strong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They're strong, Mr. Robinson. They don't get any stronger than 7. 7 is the number of completion. It is finished. You're done, okay?
Vasectomy. You're right.
All right, I wrote them down. I wrote them down, Mr. Robinson. All right, look, you're such a pleasant person. I need you to work this program. You've got 7 good reasons to do it. The main reason, though, is the first and foremost reason is to do it for yourself. And then you have 7 additional reasons to do it. And I need you to work it, okay?
Yes.
All right, what questions do you have for me?
Actually,
I'm about to crack a joke. Let me crack my joke first. I know you're not about to ask me for nothing and you've been missing in action for a whole month, but go ahead, Mr. Robinson. I'm listening.
I was gonna say, Judge Holmes, could you do 4 hours instead of 5?
Oh, absolutely not. I was gonna do 10, but I know you're working a lot. So 5 is really being kind. You're gonna do 5 hours of community service. Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. And then you're gonna tell the 9-year-old and the 8-year-old how you're giving back to the community. You're not getting any money for it, because that's what we do. That's how we give back for the space. That's how we say thank you for the space that we occupy, whether we've occupied good space or not so good space. That's how we say, thank you for not throwing me away, not giving up on me. That's how we say thank you to the community, okay?
Appreciate that. Yes, ma'am.
5 hours.
Yes,
5
ma'am.
hours. All right, Mr. Robinson, didn't you tell me your mother was a police officer?
Yeah, she is, and she act like you. So you mama number 2 for real.
Okay, don't make me have to have your mama be the one to come arrest you.
She really would too. Y'all women strong and powerful. Y'all don't play. Stay out the way.
And that's because we see the value in you and we want what's best for you. There's no other motivating force, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's do it. Miss Yancey, when are you bringing Mr. Robinson back? Do we have a clinical assessment for Mr. Robinson? I need one.
I believe we do.
Okay, I know he's been gone.
I believe we do from Rainbow.
All right, very good. We can talk about that in staffing. All right, and so when do you have him coming back?
2 weeks would actually be a bad day. So I believe we can do the 25th. That's a little early, but
okay, that's fine. Let's do, Ms. Jewel will put him on the calendar for May 25th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Did you hear that, Mr. Robinson?
Writing it down right now.
May 25th.
May
2021 at 8:30. I don't care if you have to call me from the parking lot of the Tim Hortons or the grocery store or wherever there is free Wi-Fi. You need to be in my courtroom on the 25th of May at 8:30 a.m. All right?
Sure will.
All right, Mr. Robinson. I'm glad to see you. Glad you're in one piece. Glad you're still working your program. And let's continue to work together, okay?
Thank you, beautiful.
Mr. Robinson, I'll talk to you before then.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, yeah.
I know I shocked you all. Mr. Reed, you don't have to say anything. All right, let's do, he's still with us. You know, he backs up out of the light and it's just the shadow. I don't know if it's really him. Let's go to the Wayne County Jail where Mr. Cicero is. Good morning, Mr. Cicero, and good morning to the staff at the Wayne County Jail.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, I have the following matter, Z8053541. State your name for the record.
Dewan Cicero.
All right, Mr. Cicero, how are you this morning?
All right, positive mindset.
Good. I need you to have a positive mindset. Mr. Cicero, I think I'm gonna do something I've never done in the history of this program. When people are at the Wayne County Jail and they've absconded, I usually make them serve a lengthy, at least a week, right, Mr. Fikens, at the Wayne County Jail for absconding. I'm not doing that with you today. We had an opportunity to staff your case, and I've decided that I am going to sanction you for absconding, but I'm going to hold those days in jail in abeyance, meaning you're going to go home today. And you're going to start working your program. Now, if you show me something different, you told me when I saw you day before yesterday on Tuesday, I turned myself in. That certainly went a long way for me. You also told me I'm ready to get the help. That went a long way for me. And so now I need you to show me. I need you to show me that you're ready. And so that's what I've decided to do. You should be at least a week in the Wayne County Jail. So the sanction, Ms. Robs, is going to be, I'm going to hold 5 days of jail time in advance. You walk away from the program again, you're going to do those 5 days. Then you're going to do the penalty for walking away. And then you're going to be there for a minute is what I'm saying.
I already know. And I'll be a fool to even not take it now and leave, to come out and mess up. I'll be a fool. So
and you're
I'm
such a
taking
good
it. I'm ready.
person. Mr. Cicero, you're such a good person. You are.
Thank you so much. You are too.
I try to be.
All you guys work pretty well together. And I appreciate the whole team, to be honest.
So can you show us that you appreciate the work that we're trying to do with you by doing the work?
I am about to absolutely do it. I'm about to be months ahead on my program. I can't wait. I'm gonna be on phase 4 while I'm on phase.
We don't even have a phase 4. Mr. Cicero. All right, now you scaring me. What program you talking about working?
Whatever phase, I'm gonna get it all done within months.
All right. So look,
Absolutely.
Mr. Cicero, I'm excited. Miss Robs, we staffed this case. I said that you said that you wanted to return to the program. So the sanction for absconding is going to be 5 days of jail held in abeyance. He's to be released from the Wayne County Jail on today. And then Miss Robs, he needs to get back on track. So he needs to meet with you tomorrow. He needs to have a conference call with you tomorrow. So what I'm going to do, Ms. Robs, just to make sure we're okay, I'm going to put Mr. Cicero on my docket for tomorrow, which is the 14th of May at 8:30 a.m. And so, Ms. Robs, if Mr. Cicero does not make contact with you, and so you can get him back on track, then a warrant will go out for his arrest. And it's just a matter of time. You're gonna need a job, you're gonna have a warrant.
Absolutely.
You'll have
I'm
to
not
come
about
back
to
and
mess
see
up
me.
like that. Okay.
We're
This
not
is
doing
why
all
I
that.
wanted to, this is exactly why I wanted to get it out the way. So I didn't have anything over my head as I start working a good job and things of that nature. That's why I'm definitely focused. And I have nothing, no other problems or situations behind me besides this. So
All right. Well, we need to get you assessed and make sure we have you in the right program. So Ms. Robs, I think that's very important too. Let's make sure he gets an assessment done to make sure we have him in the right programming to help him. Because we're not here to harm you. We're here to help you, okay?
absolutely.
All right. Mr. Cicero, were you working?
No, I previously to me getting turning myself in, I put 2 weeks notice in for my job. Just wanted to make sure everything was okay. So whatever the situation, I'll be able to go right back to my job.
Okay. All right. Very good. And you were in the healthcare field, is that correct?
Yes, I'm a
And they
CNA
need
now.
you. And
Yes,
they need you in the healthcare field.
it's pretty good. I
Yes.
like it. I like it.
And you
I like
have the
helping people.
temperament for it. You do.
Thank
You
you.
do. All right.
Yeah.
So Ms. Robs, let's get it together. Mr. Fikens, you want to say something?
Only, Judge, I wanted to ask see if we get a $500 personal bond for his release.
Yeah. Yes, it'll be a $500 personal bond, Ms. Drew. So that's the paperwork you should send over to me and then put Mr. Cicero on my docket for tomorrow. And that'll be as a placeholder to make sure that he does what he's supposed to do with Ms. Robs on tomorrow. And Ms. Robs, just let me know before the close of business whether or not he's in compliance.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Gotcha.
very good. Ms. Robs, anything you'd like to add?
Your Honor, is it possible to be placed in a breakout room to receive a phone number from Mr. Cicero?
Yes, absolutely. I'll place you and Mr. Cicero in a breakout room. If nothing else, Mr. Cicero, I'm glad to have you back.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks with my
All
progress.
right. All right. Very good. So I'm sending you all an invitation to breakout room number 3. Please accept that invitation. All right. I think that I did it. Okay. All right. I need to call the remainder of my docket. If we're ready to proceed, oh, I need a case manager to give me dates unless Ms. Drew has dates already. Ms. Drew, I'm gonna have you unmute for me. All right. Did they give you dates already, Ms. Drew?
They did. I do have the dates.
All right, wonderful. Then I am calling case number Z8066021 for Natalie Tay Hill.
Okay, Ms. Hill, next court date is May 25th at 8:30 a.m.
Wonderful. Mr. Yancey, that's not your case, is it? Okay, wonderful. She had a face-to-face on today. And then I have case number Z8059721 for Sharon Knowles.
Okay, Ms. Knowles, next court date is June 10th at 8:30 a.m.
All right, wonderful. She also had a face-to-face on
Yes.
today with Ms. Cleveland. All right, if nothing, that's the only things I have on the docket this morning. Am I missing anything, Ms. Drew?
No, ma'am, you completed everything on the docket today.
Wonderful. I'll be awaiting the paperwork for Mr. Cicero. And I believe that's the only person that I have paperwork outstanding for. And I think I should get a contract or an order from Mr. Griffin for Miss Macklin, as well as an admissions conditions form. And with that, I know we have to prepare for Friday and for Monday. And so I'd like us to be able to take a break and come back. Mr. Drew, I figured out what I've been doing with the dockets. If I don't move them, I've been printing them, and I just realized my printer is not working. So they're not printing. I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. I printed out the docket, Mr. Drew sent it to me. But then if I leave it sitting there, for some reason it gets archived and I don't know how to retrieve it. So,
Okay.
if you could send me, try it again. If you could send me Friday and Monday's docket, and then if you all could let me know what time do you want to staff for Friday and Monday.
Yeah, I sent you the contract on Monday.
Did I sign it?
No, you didn't sign it or whatever. I sent it to you on Monday in the admission form. I sent it to both of your
You're gonna have
emails.
to send it back to me.
Okay, I'll resend it. Okay.
Okay. All right, because I went to the David yesterday and signed off on a whole lot of stuff, and
Okay.
if I didn't get it, sign it, then I didn't get it. All right. What time can we staff on today?
10:30, 10:30.
Does that work for the case managers?
That'd be good, Your Honor.
Y'all see, y'all let Mr. Reed come out the gate.
Yeah, at least give us 35 minutes, so that'd be good.
All right. We'll staff at 10:30 in my courtroom. And then Ms. Wilson, thank you so much. Ms. Drew, thank you. Let me know when you send over the paperwork. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, both of you.
You all do the same.
You too. Thank you.